Why is it that when your body needs calories the most, you find yourself not desiring to consume them at all? The answers may surprise you. I get asked quite often, hey Rob, how come when I'm outside exercising, when I'm racing, when I'm in a hot, humid environment, why is it that my appetite is suppressed? And as I just articulated all those circumstances, I want you to ask yourself the same question. Do you ever notice that when you're sick, your appetite goes by the wayside? Whenever you're in a very stressful environment, your appetite is suppressed. If your heart rate gets elevated for any extended period of time, you're going to notice that you don't have an appetite as well. What I find so ironic in all of this is at the precise time that your body needs calories, your body shifts into, I don't desire to have any calories whatsoever. And if you try to put them down the pipe, you're going to see it again. This creates an interesting dichotomy for us as humans because the body goes through what we refer to as the hierarchy of needs. So for example, when the temperature is extremely high and the humidity is high, and then the heart rate is high associated with training or racing, the body is more concerned about it not dying of a heat stroke. So if we bring it back full circle, right? Here you are, your body needs calories to keep the exercise going. It needs electrolytes to absorb the fluids as well as play a role in muscle contraction. You need fluid intake the fluid to be absorbed so that you can wick the sweat at the top of the skin. Without that fluid going to the skin, we start to lose that exothermic process. We're not able to dissipate heat. Now, do you see the irony in all that? At the precise time that our body needs calories, the hierarchy of needs kicks in and says, no, I know we need them, but right now we're worried about dying of a heat stroke. This is where you have to train your gut you don't want to do it to the point that you make yourself physically sick, but we do have to increase the tolerance of trying to digest calories when the heart rate's high, especially in hot, humid conditions. When we look at something like being sick, our body is achy, nothing feels good, nothing sounds good. Well, that's the precise time that our body needs those vitamins and minerals, which are catalysts for energy. They need those macronutrients, carbs, protein, and fat, to start that recovery process from the inside out. So without those nutrients pressing against the blood, you don't get the nutrients you need to start fighting the virus. Same thing like we talked about, when you're under a lot of stress, the body needs fuel because your brain is fed by your liver, and that stress unfortunately makes the thought of consuming food almost nauseating. So the moral of the story when we look at all of this is just acknowledge the idea that when the body is put into an executive decision of thermoregulating itself, it's always going to err on the side of, yep, we don't want to die of a heat stroke. We're less interested in digestion. When you're dealing with stressful situations, this is where you want to focus on diaphragmatic breathing, have a place that you can go to mentally that kind of calms your nerves. And this is going to allow you to be able to continue to graze, to keep your brain super focused and given the sugar it needs so that you can give your speech or to do whatever you have to do. So I hope you find this, I hope you found this information to be very helpful, because the next time you get put into a stressful situation, I want you to understand that your body still needs calories, it still needs electrolytes, it still needs to absorb fluid, especially when it comes to using that brain in a race situation, keeping your racecraft, when it comes to biomechanics and just the whole plethora of things that are necessary on race day. And then if you take it into a school or a business environment, giving those key presentations, you've got to learn how to feed yourself even though your body doesn't really want you to ingest any kind of food. If you happen to have a question similar to what we had here, hey, why does the body not desire to eat when it's under a lot of stress? I want you to do me a favor and send me an email. You can do so by sending it to contact@coachrob.com. We answer a question every day here on YouTube. So please make sure that you like and subscribe. That way you're made aware of when we put a video out. Thank you for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.